1, 2, 3, 4. Barcelona destroyed Real Madrid at the Bernabeu and did it so easily that even Ancelotti's eyebrow seems to have wavered. Real Madrid 0, Barcelona 4. Flick used a secret tactic for this game, and you have to find out exactly what the Barca coach invented. Nobody has ever played with Madrid like this, and the German coach used a technology that was previously called the enemy of football. It's genius. It all started in the second half. We saw an equal game in the first half, and Madrid generally coped very well with Barca's transitions from defense to attack. But Flick killed Real Madrid with one shot, and did it during the break, when the Barcelona coach brought on De Jong instead of Fermin. This decision completely turned the game around. Pedri began to play as a central attacking midfielder. Frankie added creativity, more control, and unpredictability with the ball. And Casado is Casado. Marc's pass in the 54th minute cut off 8 Real Madrid players and put Lewandowski one-on-one. It is worth paying attention to how Barca's players created this situation. Look at the positions of Pedri and Raphinha. They are positioned between the Madrid midfield and defensive lines. Flick's trick of distracting the center-backs worked again. Lewandowski targeted Vázquez, who is not good at one-on-one duels, and avoided offside due to Mendes' positional error. Casado's pass was brilliant. What happened next, you already know, a perfect finish from Robert. But it gets even more interesting. Barcelona doubled their lead very quickly, and again, Raphinha's movement was one of the key factors. The Brazilian manipulated Vázquez and gave Balde a free zone to sprint. Frankie made the ideal pass, and then Alejandro made a precise cross to Lewandowski. Robert found space between Militao and Rudiger and scored the second goal. Only 141 seconds separated Lewandowski's first and second goals. This moment killed Real's mentality. Barcelona started to find free zones quite easily and should have scored the third goal, but Lewandowski missed the empty net. Just a couple of minutes later, Barca broke down Madrid's defense again. Lamine gave a perfect pass to Robert, but the striker failed to score a hat-trick. The destruction of Real Madrid continued in the 77th minute. Lewandowski won a duel with Rudiger, Raphinha won a sprint versus Vázquez, and Lamine scored with a perfect shot past Lunin. 0-3. And how beautifully he celebrated in front of the Madrid fans. Coolest, please like this epic photo. And one more question, did you also feel deja vu watching Lamine's celebration? Once again, Barca took advantage of the free space. As with the fourth goal, Inigo noticed that Raphinha was isolated with Vázquez and gave a long pass. Then the Brazilian destroyed the Spaniard in one-on-one run and mockingly chipped past Lunin. 0-4. At the Santiago Bernabeu. Epic. So what did Flick do to beat Real Madrid so brilliantly? It was all about his game plan. Many people were surprised that the coach had the same starting lineup as for the match against Bayern Munich, but it was according to plan. Flick's plan was not to compete with Madrid in speed from the first minutes. His strategy consisted of 2 parts. Part 1, to pause the game whenever possible. That was the critical task for the first half. Barca played almost perfectly in defense. This is only the second time since 2021 that Real Madrid has failed to register a shot on target in the first half of a La Liga home game. For Flick, it was important not to let Madrid show their full strength in the first 45 minutes because Real Madrid had one more day of rest after the midweek Champions League matches. Therefore, containing and slowing down the game was the key to the second half's events. Part 2, rock and roll after the break. Fermin gave his all on the pitch, and Frankie's exit catalyzed Barca's transition to more decisive attacks. After 0-0 in the first half, Madrid was determined to go forward even more often to win the home match. Flick understood this perfectly well, and his plan was designed for it. It was necessary to bring Real Madrid to emotions. This was done through the offside trap. In total, Madrid players were offside 12 times. Mbappe alone was offside 8 times. Interesting how VAR semi-auto offside makes the highlight more viable. You've got to rely on correct calls 100% of the time. Football blogger The Purist noted the key detail of this victory. Before the match, everyone feared a high defensive line could be a disaster against Mbappe and Vinicius. But Flick counted on VAR and included it in his game plan, which worked perfectly. So much more for the benefits of technology in action. Flick is not complaining about VAR, he's taking advantage of it. And this plan with the use of VAR worked. In the first half alone, Madrid were caught offside 8 times, a repeat of the 2003 anti-record. This tactic is very annoying, isn't it, Kylian? But this was not the only thing that worked. Real Madrid was not ready for the increase in speed. Barcelona began to outplay Madrid in terms of physicality and decision-making. That's why we saw Real Madrid's defeat. Lamine spoke about this after the match. Madrid played well in the first half, and we were not at our level. In the second half, we noticed they were tired, and we pushed harder. Barca was lighting fast after the break. Flick, thanks to Frankie's skills, was able to find free space more often, as Bellingham and Camavinga blocked the flanks, and in the center, Valverde and Tchouaméni could not counterattack Casado, Frankie, Pedri, and Raphinha and Lamine, who often moved there. That's how Barca creates flicky-taka. Before the match, Ancelotti talked about the surprise he had prepared for Barcelona. But we never understood that surprise. It seems that Flick was much better prepared for the game. After the match, Flick told journalists about the one change he made during the break. It was one change, it was important to show them how to defend. We pressed differently. That was very important. We also had more control of the ball as a result. Barca broke Real Madrid's 42-match unbeaten run in La Liga, and the trick is that the Catalans did not allow Madrid to repeat Guardiola's team's legendary achievement of not losing 43 matches in a row. Lamine will go down in the history of the Classico as the youngest goal scorer. He did it at the age of 17 years and 105 days. After the match, the players noted Flick's plan for the game and for this season. The coach demanded an extremely high line from day one. It's dangerous, but we played it perfectly against the most dangerous attackers in the world, said Iñaki Peña. We believe we're the best team in the world. They said we were beating only normal teams. Now we beat Real Madrid 4-0 at their home. We've proven that we can beat anyone, Lamine noted. He also trolled Madrid's defenders. Maybe Real Madrid players didn't know I also have right foot, so I should use it when needed, like tonight. Lewandowski demonstrates the frantic mentality of Barca these days. I don't care who we play against. We always want to score more goals. I don't want to talk about titles now. It's important to go step by step. Winning at the Bernabeu is a big step, but we still have to work. We have not won anything yet, said La Liga's top scorer who has already scored 14 goals. What Flick is doing is incredible, not only with me, with everyone. We understand each other even without words, Robert added. Flick is doing his magic. His Barcelona is once again recognized as one of the strongest teams in the world. Its statistics under the German coach are impressive. In 14 matches, they have 12 wins, 47 goals scored, 4 goals scored against Bayern Munich and Real Madrid in both matches. And Barca leads La Liga with a 6-point lead. Just bravo! And now check out our results in October. This team will fight for all the trophies this season. And that's all thanks to one decision, the appointment of Flick as head coach. The team and the club's image transformed dramatically. How am I living this moment? It's not about me, it's about the team, the fans, and the club. We're all happy, but now we're thinking about the fans because they deserve it, says the main superhero modestly. When I took over this team, I told Deco and the president that we were going to create a positive atmosphere and change the mentality of this team. Now we have started to celebrate victories, Flick added, and he kept his promise. This Barcelona is scary for any team, even for the so-called Galacticos 3.0. Coolest, let's put a like under this video for such an incredible historic victory. And did you see how Lamine and Raphinha trolled Mbappe? That was epic. 6 players from La Masia were in the starting lineup for this game, which proves once again that Barcelona's main strength is inside. Coolest, subscribe to our channel to learn more about your favorite club. We analyze everything, history, present, and future. On our channel, you will always learn something new about Barca, something you won't find on other channels. Write in the comments where you are watching us from and we will say goodbye. Visca el Barça!